This conference will
Fun
now be
episode.
recorded.
Today, we're going to be talking about introduction to investment sales, and your host is Matthew Smith here today. Again, as you join in the group, remember you are going to be in listen-only mode. That means you can only hear me. Doesn't mean I don't want to hear from you. Just we can't have everybody talk all at the same time. So if you have a question, let me know. I'm not a big PowerPoint fan, so I'm going to kind of try to get away from PowerPoint, but I do want to give you an overview of some of the things that we're going to talk about today. Realnex really is going to help you grow your business in multiple ways. We're going to focus on prospecting, ways to match buyers and sellers. We're going to talk about getting your foot in the door with an owner, some great ways you can use our program. I really want to focus in on the broker opinion and value today and quick flyers. That seems to be a hot item. We'll talk a little bit about lead generation and secure deal rooms, listing search, email marketing, and ultimately time savings. There's some things that I'm going to show you today that can save you up to 50 minutes per day, not per week, not per month, but per day. It is fantastic, and we've been timing a lot of things. We're going to be focusing on core, market edge, and marketplace. Those are the three main components of our program, and they have different aspects. So prospecting, pipelines through core, analytics, proposals, and flyers, and deal rooms through market edge, and listed search and market is going to be in the marketplace, and I'll talk a little bit about marketplace direct. I do have a tendency to get excited, so again, if you have a question, you want me to go over something, let me know. We try to cram this all into 30 to 45 minutes, so it does go a little fast. We are a contact to close system, so what does that mean? You can go from prospecting, marketing, transactions, productivity, all in one place without re-entering the information. There will be some duplication of information, but we want to limit that as much as possible, and that's where Realnex Complete Deal Management Solution comes into play. We're fully mobile, so mobile, people talk about being in the cloud. I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything should be in the cloud now. Mobility, Android and iPhone, we have it for the tablets as well as for the phone, so if you want to access our information, you can do that. You can access our information on an iPad and Android. You can access it on your smart TV if you want. So anywhere, anytime, any place. 5-star mobile app for the Android and iPhone. We'll kind of roll into some of the prospecting and deal management and CRM system. And I'm going to try to go through a workflow investment sales so you can kind of see how that works. We do work with all aspects. So whether you're a landlord, tenant rep, sales, leasing, acquisition, syndication, development, land, anything we can help you with. If you want a private presentation, we can break this down for you a little bit more. We'll talk about presenting properties in their best light. We'll talk about ways to get your foot in the door, quick analytics, and great ways to do pro formas and broker opinion of values. One thing I want to focus on today is we do have a list, search, and marketplace. So you can go ahead and you can post your listings for sale, for lease, search for sale, for lease. You're going to see some neat integrations coming soon. So if you're a tenant rep or a landlord rep, look out, some exciting things coming. We can also embed this into your website. I've seen a lot of your websites out there, and look, I'm not a developer or designer, but it's great to have something that automates this process. So we can showcase your listings for sale or for lease. Clients can get your agents on there. They can generate reports. They can access deal room documentation, all with a simple automation. When you list it on our tool, on our site, it's going to be in there. So again, if anybody has any questions, please throw them out. We are a one place, one price, one login system. So you can log in with LinkedIn, Google, or Microsoft. I like to just save my email. Now, I have my program defaulted to log into the marketplace because that's where I want to come every morning. I want to see what's on market. So I have my safe search in here, and it pulls up all the properties in California. So I'm in California. I want to see those properties in California. If you want it to load into the core program, no problem. You can have it do that. If you want it to log into Market Edge, you can have it do that right in settings. When you're in the program, if you have our program, awesome. Make sure you've gone through the onboarding. If you haven't, let me know. We'll get you onboarded. When you do buy our program, we're going to put you into onboarding, and we'll walk you through the setup in there. So we're broken up into three main components. Core, it's going to be your main business development. Then you're going to have Market Edge. We're going to talk about the investment tools. We'll talk about the deal room. We'll talk about listing management, property search, and then if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about virtual reality. So a couple things that make our program phenomenally easy to use is we are built by brokers, and we are told by brokers on how to make our program best. So we don't sit around all day thinking of what we can make it better. We hear feedback from the community and we implement it. And that's one of the reasons why we are one of the top systems out there. From the right-hand side and left-hand side, if you come up with an idea and you think it would be great for us to add, let us know. If you need support, you can come over here and put a technical issue in, put your information in, we'll give you a call back. If you want us to call you at a certain time, simply hit book now. You also have access to Guide Me. Guide Me is going to walk you through the fundamentals of the program. So today's not about learning how to use Realnex. Today's understanding the value of Realnex and how it can help you win more deals in less time. If you want to learn how to set it up, like basic navigation, well, how do you navigate Realnex? Well, you click Guide Me, and Guide Me will walk you through live. No videos, no manuals, no blogs. Now we have them all, but if you want to go through and learn how to do it live, you can. We have a simple and easy to read dashboard. Dashboard's where you live, eat, and breathe your life out of. You're going to have a calendar. You're going to have your contacts, those are your people. Projects is your deals. Companies, properties, spaces, lease comps, sales comps. We make things easily found. So if you want to find someone in San Diego, or a guy named Diego, or someone at Sand Company, pulls that keyword information up. If you want to take it away, it pulls all the information out. You have unlimited grouping for prospecting purposes or circle of trust. You have different types like investor, tenant, agent, vendor, and then all kinds of subcategories under there. So what is our core program simply made? It's a way to match buyers and sellers and tenants in space. Today is about investment sales. We're going to be talking about that. We do have a direct integration into Outlook, so you can synchronize your contacts, your events, and your emails back and forth. No BCC needed. It's automatic. Like Ron Popeil says, set it, forget it. We also have full settings in here for permissions. So if you're part of a team, no problem. We can help you set up permissions to keep what you want locked up, what's private, what's public. You have customization for events, property types, attachments and projects, and other field definitions. We have great timelines I'll talk about as we get into the program. It's kind of like an automated workflow. And then you can bring in data. So a lot of people say, hey, Matt, your data looks gorgeous. Where'd you get it from? A lot of hard work. But if you want to go ahead and bring data from any third-party company, you simply can. Just go ahead and click on import. You can import contacts, companies, or properties. Now, we're fully relational. So what does that mean? That means it can bring in Antonio, and Antonio has 15 properties. Just do a property import. It'll bring in Antonio once, connect him to his 15 properties. You'll be able to see our information in 3 different ways. One is going to be a tile view. One's going to be a list view, which is one of my favorite. The next one's a map view. So we have a built-in map in here. You got the Google person, you can zoom in and zoom out. And then we have, which is my ultimate favorite, is a split screen view. Split screen view allows you to view the information easily in a split screen. On each record here, you're going to be able to keep as much information as you want or as little. You'll be able to keep track of investor criteria. So maybe you do land and you want to keep track of land and how many acres they need and what they're using the land for. Maybe it's going to be retail development, hospitality, multifamily. You can put the information in. We give you all the categories. But if you need additional categories, you can add them in there yourself. If you want to change the colors on here like I have, you simply right-click and change the colors. And if you want to change the captions, you can, no problem. We don't care if you want to change the captions. The only thing I say is, look, before you go ahead and change the captions, talk to me or talk to someone here and think about it before you do, because a lot of times people change the captions and then they need to change them back. Don't overcomplicate things, keep it simple. Minimum, maximum price. I usually say pick it and stick it. Pick 4 things that are important to you and stick with those when you're on the phone with an investor. What are you looking for? 20-year corporate guarantees, got to be triple net. That's the only way I'm going to buy it. Single tenant. Okay, perfect. Are you an investor? What investor type? Different investor types are going to get different deals. We want to make sure when we get a new listing, we can give them that specific deal. You'll be able to keep track of other agent information, vendor like third parties, architects, and personal history activity. So we don't always remember what is going on every single day. Our system will be our memory base. So this is going to be able to tell you all your email correspondence back and forth, any phone calls you've had, any emails or anything else. You can simply hit add new, create a history, put in any information like a subject, what took place on the call, the notes, and then schedule a follow-up from here. Again, if anybody has any questions, don't wait till the end. Throw them through here. This is all about you, not about me. I want to have fun in this call. So any questions you may have. Also links. So links would show you where the properties are at. No, you don't have any limitations. So fully unlimited. So if we want to start calling on certain investors and we want to look up their properties, we can simply click on these and it will open up a new tab. And you can open up as many tabs as you want. So if you want to get tab happy and open up your dashboard, projects, companies, everything you can. It's kind of what I do is I open up everything. So we're fully property centric. So everything's going to form around the properties. If you don't want to track properties, no problem. People say, Matt, I'm not interested in tracking properties. Not an issue. If you want to track properties, great. If you do landlord rep and you want to track your leases, no problem. We can do it all for you. Real simple example is a filter. Filters is a way you're going to match your buyers and sellers, or you're going to prospect with. So filters are going to be your best friend when you're coming in here. Any information on this property record, you're going to filter off of. So if you're looking for Class A retail in San Diego, California, that are 10,000 to 50,000 square feet, you can filter it out so you can narrow down your search for prospecting. You can choose as much information on that building as you want or as little. Now, how did I get the picture in here? Well, again, that goes back to ways that you enter information in your system. It becomes real easy. One is you can import the data. Two, you physically can stand in front of the building, pull the app out, hit auto address, take a picture of it, or 100 pictures, and instantaneously populates in here. Nothing you have to do special. So I was training landlord and tenant reps in Canada, and we stood out this building. Someone changed the address. We stood out the building in auto address, and then I was categorizing the retail shopping center. So a lot of neat things you can do. You can even add the complete building stack. So if you wanted to walk an office building, retail building, shopping center, whatever it's going to be, you can add all those tenants in there. Take a picture of the directory. If it's multifamily, you can add the units in. So a lot of ways you can keep track of this. If you're doing any capital markets, you can go ahead and keep information like debt services on this loan. Maybe you want to keep track of note expiration. You can keep as much information or as little as you want it to. And then filters is going to be a way that we're going to be able to filter out this information. But hey, Matt, what's going on with your sheets here? I don't always want to see that information. Maybe I want something different. Any of those fields I just showed you, everyone, can be customized. So you might have a customized view for industrial. Maybe you want to do a special mail merge. Maybe you have a prospecting one. You literally can customize all the fields that are inside of here, and you choose what you want. So you can have a view for industrial, office, retail, tenant rep, landlord, it doesn't matter. And then you can load each one of these so it changes those fields around. So you have your own custom view that you like. We also have a split screen, and get this, we have inline editing. So as you're going through and you're talking to different building owners and they say, I actually sold that building. How cool would it be to put a transaction date in here right in line? So see that? I can inline edit. That's where you're saving 2 to 3 minutes per dial because you're updating the information on here. So maybe you want to come over here and you want to say contacts, and you can come over and say add history. It links the history of the contact and the property. Huge, huge. Most systems you have to duplicate it or triplicate it. Our system, you can just put it in there once. You can update the information right in line. So whatever fields you have in there, inline editing. And that goes for contacts too when you're following up. And I'll show you how to follow up with them. So show filters, choose the filter you want. Maybe it's going to be building class. So we'll just say in your city. Maybe we want to say building class. We have smart filters. So you just start typing the information out. Class, there we go, building class, city, whatever that information is going to narrow down that search for prospecting. So great things you can do with that and easy ways. And look, today's not about training, so we'll help you train. The more money you make, the more referrals I get. And I want to work smart when it comes to all this stuff. So I'm going to pull up one of my groups that I have in here, and I think you're going to enjoy this. My phone keeps, a lot of people are calling me right now. This is one of my prospecting groups I have. I like to put in 2 groups, one for stage 1, one for stage 2. I call on the owners to see if they're interested. If they say no, I take them out of that group and I move on to the next one. It's an easy way for me to find out. Now, if they say they're interested in possibly selling, there's a couple things I can do. One, I'm going to put them into a project pipeline so I can track my listing presentations. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this button right here that says Analyze. When I do, it's going to open up my Market Edge program. Okay. Now, how come it didn't do that? There we go. Let's open that there. Sorry, everyone. I can't see it because this new thing in here. So it's going to open up my Market Edge program. So from here, I did not have to duplicate any information. So it takes my picture. Well, what if I have 100 pictures? No problem. It takes every picture in your database and brings them into here. It takes all your general information and brings it in here. So if you have the rent roll in there or your unit mix, it brings it and puts it in here for you. If you have a purchase price, it puts it in here for you. If it has a property type, again, it puts it in there for you. It'll put in all your property details. So the lease rate, foundation, zoning, property description, highlights, area description. All this information will be directly inside the system for you. So you literally can come in here and create a flyer in 30 to 40 seconds. I was showing a bunch of landlord brokers how they can create this flyer in 2 minutes on the available suites. We just got a new landlord assignment. We have 3 suites that we want to show in here. They're all gross modified, and it did it for me within a matter of minutes. We can customize cover pages for you for a small fee, or you can use any one of our number of cover pages in here. We have landscape, we have portrait, we have custom pages, and all kinds of neat things you can do. This one's actually my favorite right here. Without paying us anything, you can pick your own colors, you can add your own logo, and you can add 3 reps. This one here maybe is for M&M, but we want to put CBRE on there. You'll be able to change your logos on there. If you're with a major firm, we might have your branding already. Just email me, msmith@Realnex. Now, what we've been seeing a lot is broker opinion and values. So again, if you have the income in your financial analysis portion or CRM, it comes over here. So my income came from my CRM. If you don't have it, you can upload it from Excel, your rent roll or your unit mix, or you can manually type it. Manually is not hard, guys. This is easy. Plug and play, miscellaneous income, vending machines and so forth, put in there. You can also do a quick income analysis. So I needed to analyze a property that I got a package on the other day, and I wanted to see how far off they were. So I did a quick analysis, and man, the property was way overpriced. It took me about 2 minutes to do a quick analysis. You can do a detailed income analysis as well. Your expenses on here, detailed expenses, reserve replacements, general expenses, capital expenses, reimbursements, renewals, and escalations can all be done. Guide Me, again, will walk you through how to do it. So anybody on this call, if you've never used our program before, if you use Guide Me, you can create a full marketing package. I don't care who you are, you can. And if you can't, call me up and I'll walk you through it, but you should be able to with Guide Me. Financials. Maybe we have in here funded reserves we want to put in, certain interest rate. We just did a value add property. We want our capital reserves in there. We want them taken out right away, and we have a 2-year of 1 loan, 2 loan, 3 loans. If you have multiple loans in here, each one of these will highlight green for you, and then tax information at the bottom. You can even calculate your down payment off the percentage, add your points and closing costs. That gives you all your projections that can be brought out. So we're seeing large corporations, small corporations, individual brokers using this to create their broker opinion and values. You can save a quick template in here like I have for my BOVs and spit a BOV out within a matter of minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes. You can save it as a PDF, email it, or do a digital publication. And the only thing you need to do is put your income and expenses in, and then pick what your valuation is, conservative, average, and aggressive, and pick a cap rate off of it. Hit edit page, income method, cap rate, there you go. And that's what the cap rate conservative would be. I'm actually going to use this to negotiate a deal real quickly in the near future. It's way overpriced. So did a financial analysis to show them what I would offer on the property. You guys can do the same thing. Again, it's a great way to do it. If you want to add pages in here, like your bio, a custom page, or anything else, it's fantastic. So, well, what's a custom page, Matt? A custom page is just that. We allow you full customization, or pretty much full customization. You can ask, hey, I want to have 4 blocks. Well, what do I want in the blocks? I want a map, I want a paragraph, I want bullets, I want a photo, no problem. You can make your own pages up. That's what it is. And then you just load these templates. So, I need a listing presentation. Load it. I need an office. No problem. You need something for retail. Not an issue. All your information you put in from your income and expenses and financials all come in here. So it all lays out for you. So absolutely beautiful and professional. Now you get access to our lease analysis too. So if you do any tenant rep, landlord rep, you can. We have a nice lease first buy in here. People are leasing right now. And they're like, maybe it's a good time to buy, or I'm spending more money. You can upload tremendous amount of photos. If they're already in the system, in the CRM, they're in there already. Demographics, 1, 3, and 5 mile radius. We even have extended demos, all pulls from the Census Bureau right out of it. Business mapping, this is fantastic. You want to show all the retail locations. Lorna's Kitchen's got great pizza, by the way. We give you the logos. You don't have to upload them. So if the company has a logo, it pulls it in for you automatically. If it doesn't have a logo, you can add it in. If you want to add things like traffic counts and put a logo and highlight it, you can. If you want to do a polygon, or you want to add additional text, no problem. Again, it's real easy. Which, not a fan of which though, or Subway, but Lorna's is good. Jersey Mike's is great. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Jersey Mike's sells the meat, so you can make your own Jersey Mike's at home. Interesting things. You can tell I'm hungry. Sales comps, if you want to add sales comps into your valuation, no problem. They can go, you just come over here to Comp Manager. And again, if they're in your CRM system, you can bring them right in the CRM system. So we're trying to make it all fluid, so you're not having to retype this information. And look, the big shops are using our tools too, because they know how streamlined this process can be in our program. Their marketing team and their analysts and stuff can't spit it out quicker than we can. So they're starting to use our systems. If you're a single shop, this is the system you need. If you're a large corporation, this is the system you need. It's one size fits all for everybody. I'm going to show you what my proposal looks like. Now, this one isn't completely built out. And you asked me why. Why don't I have one that's built out and absolutely beautiful? Because I did that, and I got yelled at one time. Someone got mad at me and said, my proposal doesn't look near as good as yours. And I said, I put time into it. So I'm going to keep some of the stuff kind of hodgepodge, because look, if you only put a little bit of work in, that's what you're going to get out, but it still looks beautiful. So if some things are missing on mine, because I don't want to show a fully completed package and think you can do it in 5 minutes as I'm presenting. I just never want to have anybody think that I did this in 5 minutes. But it doesn't take you long to do it. You can add as many pages as you want. You can remove the pages. So if you don't want them, just take the pages out. Just click the X in here. And if you want to put them back, you just simply load that template and you can do it. Now, I'm good with a mouse and a keyboard, but I don't build computers on the weekend. So if I can do it, you can do it. Full unit mix, cash flow analysis, IRR, financial indicators, equity versus debt, all this. Absolutely fantastic inside of here, and it's shareable with a team. Now, we go out and we do a listing presentation. Client says, yeah, this is great. I want to list my property. Now what do? We load that listing presentation into a marketing package. It takes us 10 more minutes. We hit publish listing in marketplace. That is going to come over to our marketplace. Now, the neat thing about this is, guys, I have people that videotape me on these and take my recording and use it and say, this is what I use to market your property, and this is how I do it. So how many people here use Dropbox, Google Drive, stuff like that? Well, one of the things that you can do is when you have your package in here, you can come over and you can go to services and you can create a deal room. In that deal room, you can upload all your documents. So instead of using Dropbox, Google Drive, and everything, you can add all your documents in here. So you drag and drop. You can upload a CA if you want it. You can upload your whole file hierarchy. It puts it in here, different security levels. So if I came over here and I said, these are the files I want, no problem. It's going to upload those files, it's going to ask me a security level, and I can upload them. I'll get into participants here in a minute. It'll also notify if anybody logged in. Now, without duplicating the information, let's come down here and we'll find our listing. It adds our listing to it. We can activate and make it searchable so it's on market. Now from here, we can add our deal room into it. That's a way that people can download documents from a listing presentation to a marketing package or whatever you want. You add that deal room in. So anybody that's searching Realnex or hopefully on Google, they come across your listing, they can access. You want to share it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or email it to them, no problem. If you want to go ahead and create an email marketing campaign, that's sweet. We can do that for you. We can make you a custom branded template. It's a $199 cost. It's worth its weight in gold. Like this custom template is one of my favorites. In 3 seconds, I made this. Like, you're not putting in a lot of extra effort. It did this directly from my marketing package. So if you can beat me, I'll make a deal with everybody. If you can beat me creating an email campaign like this in your system, MailChimp or Constant Contact, I'll take you out to lunch. Your choice. Just don't be too hard on me. But it takes all the information out. Now, if we want to change anything on here, we can change that. But we're going to keep it the way we want it to. This is a property we just sold. Or maybe it's a property that you have for lease or a space for lease. All these groups are those people that are inside your CRM system. So remember, I mentioned that you can have your buyer requirements as a way to match buyers and sellers. Well, those groups right here are the same groups right here. There's no synchronization. It's identical. So it's great. And look, we're unlimited. So if you want to put 8 million people in the database, you can. There's no extra cost. We don't charge per contact like other email providers. You can email it out to your list. You can pick as many people. You can customize the email so who it came from. You can schedule it at a certain time, like immediately or at a later point in time. But how many people here track opens and clicks? Yeah, everybody does. They raise their hand. But how many people do anything with it? Womp, womp, womp. Most of the time, because that's going to come out in Excel. I don't care who you are. If you're the biggest marketing company in the world or the biggest sales agent, most people are not going and calling on everybody. And if they are, they're not doing it efficiently. We're going to change that today. You're going to be able to come over here to email campaign statistics. From campaign statistics, you're going to be sent, delivered, unique opens, unique clicks, bounce, spam, unsubscribe. All can be added back to the CRM system. So if you have a new deal and you want to take all your clicks or opens, you can. Real life example. Went ahead and we had a client. We emailed out 5,000 to their contacts. They had a great database using Realnex for a while. We went ahead and took all the unique clicks that click on one of the links we put in there. We took those unique clicks and we put them into a group. From that unique click group, remember what I told you, I'm going to show you the participants. We went over here to participants to our deal room. We said CRM, and we picked that group. And then we said 30, because we can email 30 at a time to invite them to the group. We made a password for them. We gave them basic level. And we said add invite. And we invited, I think it was like, what, 385 or 365 people that clicked on the email out of the 5,000. There's a lot that opened it, but we just cared about clicks. We invited them full price offer, institutional grade property in 24 hours. It doesn't happen every day, but it can. So now you can invite those people to the deal room. So you imagine 5,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever your email list, 1,000, saw your deal for sale. Maybe they want to sell, maybe they want to lease, maybe they want to buy. Now you have that list. You can also invite the people that showed interest to a deal room. Now you're coming through here and you have your clicks and we can start calling on each one of them. Now remember, I said you can customize these tiles view. So we're going to get out of tenant rep mode, and we're going to go into investment sales mode, multifamily. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click history because that's a button I'm going to use. We want to get rid of clicks. Now as you come in here, we can go down and say, hey James, Maddie, Realnex, just want to see if you got my email. I did. Hey, what is your interest level? You know, it's super high on that property. That's a great cap rate and everything. I'm glad you got it. Now I can update his investor level right there. I don't have to go to profile or do anything else. I can add a history. When I add that history, I'm going to link it to my assignment. It's called 1, 2, 3 Anywhere. That's my listing. When I do that, it's going to give me credit to the landlord or credit to the owner. In this case, it's going to be the owner of the building. That's going to allow them to have a marketing activity report. No problem. I can schedule a follow-up, hit save, and that's going to save a history on here, and it's going to save a history on my pipeline project. Now, if James says, you know what, I want to make an offer, no problem. I can add James as a lead to one of my deals right from here. Or if James is interested in multiple deals that I have, I can add James to multiple deals. Oh yeah, well, Balboa would work good too as well. I can add James as a lead to multiple deals. So again, that shows up on that owner report, and I can keep track of what James is looking at. Now, if I said, I totally forgot to add a history on Chad, let me come over here to add event. Do it in any other system. Do it in Salesforce. Do it in other programs that are out there and watch. It's going to take you 2 or 3 minutes because you've got to click on the contact record, click on events, add event, blah, blah, blah. Not Realnex. 1 click. You come over here. Actually, it's 2 clicks, but they seem like 1. Pick what it is and you can move on. You go down that list, no problem. You can even see where your clients are located at. Where are all the buyers coming for these single tenant triple net deals? Where are all the buyers coming for multifamily? I'm over in Texas and I have a lot of multifamily buyers coming over from San Diego, or I'm actually in San Diego, so I have a lot of buyers coming from Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Chicago. Well, who's in Chicago? If you click on that little pinpoint, it shows Chad's from Chicago. Well, who's up from Reno area? That's Ken. He's in Reno. I can do all this inside the program. I can add a history to my pipeline, so I can go ahead and see who, again, logged into my deal room. I can see who opened the email, and I can see where they're at. I'll also be able to keep track of all my deals that are for sale. So each one of my deals that are going to be for sale, I'm going to be able to track this information. I'm going to be able to keep track of every assignment. I'm going to keep track of every status. They're all customizable. And again, inline editing can change things. I'll show you how that works here in a minute. Your deal room, who logged in here, what they've downloaded, when they've downloaded, what they haven't downloaded. Your listing agreement, your valuation, all your attachments, they're unlimited. Add them in here. You can even hit add new and drag and drop. You have permission so you can set up who sees it. All your leads in here. Again, inline editing. So if you want to change from offer received to due diligence, you can do that from the same inline. How old the leads are, the date open, size, probability, commission, history, all the activity that's gone on the listing that you can generate that report from. And all your events. So all your events you can do. Does anybody do any kind of timeline or anything like that? If you want to do a timeline, a lot of people, awesome, man, I love it. Timelines are great. I heard a program, CRM program, like a few months ago saying our clients don't use timelines. They don't use timelines because your program doesn't have them. Timelines are great. You have a business development timeline. I had a client today that said to me, man, I sold everything that I had, and I need to get more business. So you can have a business development timeline. You can have a lease timeline, a landlord timeline. It's a series of events that anybody on your team can get access to and show, boom, that goes to Jake, that goes to Matt, that goes to Tim, that goes to Stephanie, that goes to Susan. One click of a button creates this whole series of events. So all that stuff inside of your listing presentation is done in there. Anybody hear of an honest listing? Look, an honest listing is this. Matt, I'm from XYZ company, and I'm going to go ahead and list my property in EBC and 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make 50 calls, and I plan on having the property toured 5 or 10 times. And honestly, I'm just going to go out and play golf. That's what most owners think or landlords think. You can combat that with having the timeline, all that stuff in your listing presentation, and then generating a beautiful marketing activity report. So that would be there. So is a timeline from start to finish and build a package to send to lenders? Yeah, you can use a timeline. It's a series of events that's going to remind you what to do every time. So you can we have one for football. It tells us when the football games are. You can choose whatever you want with inside the system. Your reports in here. You'll be able to generate a marketing activity report within seconds of all the activity you want with your logo and your color on it, right in there. You can send it to Word, PowerPoint, or wherever you want. If you want to show a lead report, you can do that. And with inline editing, you'll be able to edit any of this information right in line without ever changing the record, meaning opening the record. You can see your listing expiration, your date modified, and all that information in here. So some of the questions I'm getting in here is such as, I'm getting started, want to take some information. Well, prospect now, my buddy Steve Wayne, tell him I said hi. I got to go up and see that guy. It's been a while. If you want to go ahead and you want to aggregate that data and put it into your campaigns or put it into any of your prospecting stuff, you simply come over here to Tools, Import Properties, and you're going to match the fields inside your spreadsheet to the fields that we have in there. So that's an easy thing. And look, if you have questions about timelines and I didn't answer them here for you, I'm happy to answer calls for you offline, but we also have Guide Me, and if you need support, we can help you with So yeah, anything you need to import, you can import that information right in. We also have a really slick mobile app. So if you have an Android or an iPhone, you can download our mobile app. Our mobile app is going to show you everything that you need to do, and I'll get to that here in 1 second. So this goes back to the timeline. So you were asking me timelines. Well, where's all that information? Those timelines will appear right in here. And you can say, look, I want to see all my phone calls for the day. I only want to see my events. I want to see just for the day, or I want to see in the future or past. You can see your history and activities, projects, and leads. So there's 2 things I'm going to show you that are going to be magical, okay? One is most people go from event to event to event, and they click, 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 click. Don't do that anymore, guys. Please don't. What I want you to do is I want you to come in and set your day up. For a whole hour, I want you to come in from 9 to 10 o'clock, and I want you to make phone calls. From 10 to 11, I want you to do your tasks. I don't care how you do it, but come up with a plan. And if you use Realnex, other systems can't do this. You use Realnex and you say, boom, here's my contacts that I want to call. Proceed. This will save you 2 to 3 minutes per follow-up, everyone. Okay, you come in here, proceed, events, list view, and this is all your follow-ups for the day. Bam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're done, and then go on to your next activity. That's going to help you out a lot. And I'm going to send my phone number out there if anybody needs to contact me, 858-458-1063 with added questions. Look, I'm here to help you. If you're not making money, neither am I. So the more money you make, the more times I can ask you to buy our other products or get referrals from you. We also have help videos in here. So if you need help,
screen for the Realnex,
it'll walk you through some of the things in here to help. Has anybody ever had a price reduction in a property? It happens. It's unfortunate, but it happens, and it happens a lot, maybe now a lot. You can come in here and you can pick, I want to see every listing that pertained to 123 Main Street, all my sign calls. And now you can pull up a list of all those sign calls. Bam. Put them into a group. Those are my sign calls. Now I'm going to call each one. Hey, just got a price reduction, just had a price reduction, just had a price reduction. And if you're like Jake and you're doing some email marketing, you're going to put them into a group and you're going to email them out and let them know you just had a price reduction. Then the people that clicked on the email and opened it, you're going to call those people first. You're going to invite them to a new deal room with updated marketing materials so you can sell that property quicker, faster, and more efficient. Look, today is about learning out what Realnex can do. It's not learning how Realnex can do everything for you today. Guide me and myself and our team is going to be here to help you out. And then we're also going to have our mobile app that's going to help you. So I'm on the new iOS 14. So if you have an iPhone, it's slick. I'm telling you, it's got some really cool features on there. And our application works for it already. And it's not even released to the full public yet. Realnex.com. I'm going to put in my information, put in my password, and I'm going to log in. Now, look, I'm not a techie. Like I said, I don't build computers or anything. I'm going to go into my Realnex database, and all my information's in here. Imagine next time you talk to a client and you look up their investor information, and there it is. You go to a listing presentation, and even if you're 6 feet away or by Zoom, I can hold my phone up and say, hey, Tony, here are all my buyers that meet the criteria. Here's the last deal that I sold, and here are the leads that I have for it. Why don't you look at it? It's a heck of a lot better than a piece of paper. And then talk about inventory. If you're a junior, you got to walk buildings. Anybody, you're a senior, you can stand in front of a building like I did here and I did here, and you can hit auto address, add building, auto address. It pulls your geo coordinates in. You can take 100 pictures, do the complete building stack. If you're a landlord or a tenant rep, do it. If you're sales, do it. You can get directions, notes. Show me how you close a deal from your iPhone, and then I'll come and take you out to lunch, because I'm teaching people how to close deals from their phone or their tablet. If you're not closing deals from your phone or your tablet, give me a call, I'll help you out. And I'll put my money where my mouth is, so you can call me. I'm happy to do that. And look, I got an excited person on the call here right now, and they're exactly right. So right now we're working on some JV deals here, and virtual 3D has been incredible. So I'm going to take you to a site. It's called Pix Virtual. They're part of our company, so don't think they're anything different. And then if anybody has any other questions about the main Realnex stuff, let me know. I did record this, so hit me up. I'll send a recording to you. But we're working on a JV deal right now. So right now we have I wish I had the images up, but what it is there's this beautiful golf course. If you golf, it's $400 for 18 holes. I heard it's really expensive. I don't golf, but if you do, it's great. And right by it, there's just all this land that's just, it's not good. So they bought the land and they're getting ready to do a JV deal. And this JV deal, what we're actually able to do is we're going to showcase what it's going to look like as a vamping area, right? So as we're trying to do this JV deal, we're turning this piece of land that just looks like a garbage dump that's right near this like multi-trillion whatever dollar golf course. Golf course is sick. I'll show you guys when this is done. And we're actually doing a tour like this, so you can see the golf course in the background. This is actually Trek's headquarters, Trek Bicycles headquarters. But you can see the golf course in the background, and then we're going to show the different places where you can stay at. Here's going to be the 1-bedroom. Here's the 2-bedroom. Here's the luxury suite. Here is going to be where you can park your RV and horse trailers. Here is going to be the clubhouse with a bar inside, and you can actually sit inside and we can virtualize the bar. This stuff is inexpensive. Relatively to your budget, it's probably going to be nothing. Some of these projects cost as little as $600. Some of them go upwards of $60,000. The more details you need, you can. And look, I'm not a computer person. This is doing it all automatic. You can't see my hands, but they're in the air. 100% automatic. Sometimes 24-hour turnaround, sometimes 2 to 3 week turnaround, depending on the need. We don't need to physically be on your location. So if you have floor plans, you have flyers, you have elevations for us, you have all that information, we can build this. We even have architecture skills. They're at a more expensive, a little bit more expensive for us to do it, but we can even architecture this stuff up. If you want to redemise and stuff, you can. No, you cannot build it yourself, so you cannot build it manually. But if you ever wanted to if you ever do like landlord or tenant rep, we do have a program called Test Fit. Well, it's called Real Fit, but it's for a test fit, and you can actually use that. It's a subscription-based program, and you can decide where you want it and how you want to demise it, and you can do a complete build-out list and stuff on it. But no, we build this for you. There's no cameras needed. We don't have to be on site. We can do it all virtual. And these are live. These are things that we've done. So we want to virtualize what it would look for a UCA plan. This is what they had before. They're showcasing, and this is what we showcase. What building are you going to sell? That one or another one. I have an example of one that I show you that you're going to love this one here. I know Jake's excited about it. Tony, it's good to see you, man. I didn't get to say hi to you there, but it's been a while, man. Hope you're doing well. You and I got to catch up, brother. On this virtual tour here, if you go ahead and you look at this property here, and it'll pull up here in a second on the left-hand side, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is a property right now that they're trying to sell. Now, if you guys can sell this property like this, you're great. Okay, but we want to get the most money we can. So we took this property right here. It's in Detroit, Michigan, and this is what we built out of it. And we did it, and it was really inexpensive. Yeah, let's talk after the webinar. Sure, man, I'll be around all day. This is what we've done. Check this out, Tony. Check this out, Jake. You guys are gonna love this, man. Now this is what that building looks like. Now we want to see what the mural looks like. Now this is their website. Okay, how cool is that now? This is what they can show what it looked like. We just added this piece on. So there's the rooftop area. That's a rooftop area you can hang out at. We want to show the building view too. And we can even show a before view, and we can show an after view if you want. So some of these will have a before view and an after view. This one doesn't. And then we even broke down the different units. So if you want to show the units, the pre-lease, we can do that. Student housing, JV deals. You want to raise capital, REITs, you name it, we got it. We can do all kinds of things. We can have a custom tour. We can even have in the TVs, we can even have your company logo and video playing on it, or we can have your logo, a picture of you in the back, whatever you want. The more detailed, the more expensive it gets. But this is historic downtown Detroit. Look at what it's going to look like. Absolutely beautiful. Look, everyone, it's been fantastic. I appreciate you coming on the call today. Yeah, it is the future, and I think you're going to have a little bit of mix of VR and AR as the future. And we're in there. Realnex can do everything for you, from back-end accounting commissions to listing on your website, email marketing, VR, RealFit with test fits. We have a transaction manager for tenant tours. We're here to support you. We're here to help you. We have a lot of people that have been on this call that have been with us for a long time, and Tony is one of them. I've known Tony for quite some time now. Look, if you need us, we're here to help you. We're here as a team. 858-458-1063 is my phone number. msmith@realnex.com is my email address. You can hit me up on Twitter. I don't do anything else. I just do Twitter. I love it. But hit me up on Twitter. I love to tweet out for you. And yeah, I mean, we have integrations with that, but Tony, we're replacing that program all day long, the streamlined process. We do have third parties that do integrate into our listing site. So if you have a listing in a third party, it will push into ours. But look, if you have a solution and it's not integrated like ours, call me up, message me. I can probably save you 50 to 75% what you're paying, and I'm going to give you 75% more time. No, you can't. Nothing pulls in from LinkedIn. We have Microsoft Dynamics, and it doesn't even work right. You can post to LinkedIn and Facebook. You can't pull it in, though, but you can import anything from Excel. So there's a lot of cool things you can do. Look, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. My name is Matthew Smith. I love serving each and every one of you. If you have more questions, let's go over it. If you need me, call me. If you know anybody who can use our products, send them our way. Thanks, everybody. Have a great afternoon and appreciate you coming on.